patrol have to move to the OP on foot. The SAS call this tabbing. Tabbing is an essential insertion technique when setting up OPs. Since your primary role is to gather intelligence, you can't just crash in on the enemy's doorstep. So SAS patrols normally get dropped some distance from the target in order to maximize secrecy on their clandestine approach. Insertion via sea to land is a critical period on a covert operation.
We've now progressed further off the beach. We have adapted all-round defence. This gives us a 360-degree observation and arc of fire. This is used in all aspects of warfare.
The point man, Johnny, is in the most advanced position. It's his job to look and listen.
Just tactically sit quiet till the boats disappear and we get tuned into the local atmosphere. If something happens now, I'm in a good defendable position. I've got cover to my front. I'm happy with Eddie's signal. I know where he is in my right. I can see the road, left to right. I can see that main gate. So I've got a good arc of fire. I am 60% of the firepower of the gun.
Johnny's weapon is a Mini-Me, which has far greater firepower than the M16. It has a 200-round box magazine, which provides a rate of fire of 850 rounds per minute. With an effective range of around 600 meters, it has proved its worth to the SAS in many contact situations. Eddie gives a signal to say it's safe to move on, but only once the team are sure the surroundings are free of enemy. At various points along their route, the patrol will choose an emergency rendezvous. A signal is passed along the patrol that lets everyone know its exact location. The ERV is the position to which all members of the patrol will return to if they have to retreat quickly from an enemy attack. The first man, or point, must remain hyper-alert to any enemy activity.
The point man is constantly picking the route. He's looking for the best route and most tactical route up to the objective. He's now selected the route. He's going to move off down that route. You'll notice as he's patrolling, he's very careful when he's transferring his weight onto his forward foot. This is in case there's any booby traps.
The last man is responsible for protecting the patrol's rear. He's called Tail End Charlie. But any contact with the enemy like this means compromise. Instead, go back to basics with the 5 S's of camouflage. Helmets, rifle and kit have a definite clear square shape, so you'll need to break up straight lines. Use strips of scrim and cloth, or the addition of local vegetation. A man's body in sunlight and moonlight casts a shadow. SAS patrols never use paths or established tracks to avoid their shadows being cast on the open ground.
One of the main giveaways on camouflage is shine. Anybody wearing wristwatches, chains, give your position away in no time at all.
Silhouettes are also a dead giveaway. There's no point in being well camouflaged if you walk along the top of a hill creating a moving outline that's easy to spot. SAS patrols tab below the ridgeline, blending in with the vegetation. They also maintain space between each other. This spacing makes the patrol less easy to spot whilst on the move.
If you perfect the 5 S's, shape, shine, shadow, silhouette and spacing, this is what you can achieve.
Operating behind enemy lines means moving quietly and undetected. SAS teams have a system of hand signals to communicate with each other silently.
Halt. Down on the ground. Obstacle. Friendly. Enemy. Recce. Listen in. Move forward. ERV. Emergency rendezvous point. Mine or booby trap. Water. Building. Ambush left. Ambush right.
The patrol are entering the second phase of their mission. They've tapped for 30 kilometers into semi-populated rural areas. Being so close to farmland means that the slightest noise could give them away to the enemy. Hand signals become their only means of communication.
We're coming along the track. Lead scout, John, heard some noise. Stopped the patrol. Signalled the enemy in front. I then gave the hand signal for an immediate ambush right. We're now waiting in ambush to decide whether we take out this enemy patrol or we let them pass to continue with the mission. We're in a position to take the enemy out if we're discovered, but the mission is more important. Our mission supersedes taking out 3 normal squaddies walking along back to the base camp.
The next phase of their mission is the highly risky agent contact. Yet it should provide valuable new intelligence for the OP and their target, the Renegade General. The meeting is scheduled to take place at a farmhouse. Yet being so close to civilians puts a lot of pressure on the point man, Johnny.
His main concern is the noise that we're going to make when we're moving. Because any noise we make can be heard. Also, if we're making noise, then we can't hear any other noise which is around us.
Now that the patrol have the rendezvous point for the agent contact in sight, they sit tight. They've got to be sure of their man, so they await a signal.
Civilians, they're enemy as well until we know exactly who they are. So we can't compromise the mission by unexpectedly bumping into farmers, farm labourers around the buildings.
The agent has given the pre-arranged signal, so Eddie briefs the patrol on the next plan of action.
Start getting changed.
Camouflaged uniforms in built-up areas would attract attention, so Eddie and Mac change into civvies to meet the agent.
When doing an agent contact, you don't know what's going to happen. The agent could have turned, he could have been followed by enemy patrols, he could have been under observation. You don't know what's going to happen when you arrive there.
The SAS use codes to verify the authenticity of agents. Mac will say a number, and the agent has to respond with another number that adds up to 9.
Hello? 7?
2.
If the agent doesn't get his sums right, then Mac and Eddie will treat him as hostile.
You'll notice our hands are on weapons at all times. You'll be observing around you at all times, checking the buildings, checking the surrounding area. This is critical for your own safety.
We'll definitely be at headquarters within the next 7 days, that's all I know. He always arrives in a large green 4x4, and sometimes he comes to inspect the troops at night, sometimes during the day. Okay.